Hello everyone. In this video, we shall cover rational equations that leads to quadratic equations. So for our first example, we have 1 over x plus 1 over x minus 1 equals 7 over 12. So to get rid of the denominators, we shall multiply both sides of the equation by the least common denominator. And in this case, the least common denominator is 12x times x minus 1. So multiplying the first fraction of the left side by 12x times x minus 1, then that means x will cancel out. So we get 12 times x minus 1 times 1. So that's 12 times x minus 1. Plus, multiplying the LCD by the second fraction of the left side, then x minus 1 will cancel out. And then we're getting 12x times 1, which is 12x. Now for the right side, 12 will cancel out, and then we multiply 7 to x and x minus 1. So simplifying this equation, we get 12x minus 12 plus 12x is equal to 7x squared minus 7x. And then combining like terms in the left side, we get 24x minus 12 equals the right side, 7x squared minus 7x. Now transposing everything on the right side going to the left side, we get negative 7x squared. And then this negative 7x will become positive 7x and will then be combined with 24x. So we get 31x. And then we write negative 12 equals 0. So to make the first term here positive, we multiply both sides by negative 1. And so we get 7x squared minus 31x plus 12 equals 0. Factoring the left side, we get 7x times x as the factors of 7x squared, and the factors of positive 12 will be negative 3 and negative 4. So to check if the middle term is attained, then 7x times negative 4 is negative 28x. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. So adding those two products, we get negative 21x. So these factors by the zero product property shall be equated to 0. Okay, and so we get x is equal to positive 3 over 7, and the other one is x is equal to 4. However, when we solve for rational equations having variables in the denominator, we need to see if the obtained values of x will make the denominators 0. So if in case that the solution will make the denominator 0, then we have to remove it from the solution set. So 3 over 7, when substituted here, it's not 0. 3 over 7 minus 1 is also not 0. Then 3 over 7 is a solution to our equation. Now for x equals 4, 4 is not 0, so it's okay here. Then 4 minus 1 is 3, that's also positive, so that's okay. So which means x equals 4 is also a solution to the problem. So both of these values are the solutions of our equation. And for our second and last example for this particular video, then we have 3x over 3x plus 4 minus x over 3x minus 4 is equal to negative 2 over 5. So just like what we did earlier, we get the LCD and multiply both sides by the LCD. So the LCD here is 5 times 3x plus 4 times 3x minus 4. So if we're going to multiply the first fraction here by the LCD, 3x plus 4 will cancel out. So we get 5 times 3x minus 4 times 3x. That's gonna be 15x times 3x minus 4. And then minus the product of the second fraction with the LCD, 3x minus 4 will cancel out. So we're multiplying x and 5 and 3x plus 4. So that's gonna be 5x times 3x plus 4. And then for the right side here, multiplying by the LCD, 5 will cancel out. So negative 2 will be multiplied to 3x plus 4 times 3x minus 4. And simplifying this equation, we distribute 15x, we distribute the negative 5x, we multiply these two factors and we multiply them by negative 2. So we get 45x squared. And then 15x times negative 4 is negative 60x. And the negative 5x times 3x is negative 15x squared. Negative 5x times positive 4 is negative 20x. And then we get negative 2 times the product of the following is a difference of 2 squares. So the 3x squared is 9x squared minus the square of 4, which is 16. So combining like terms in the left side, we get 45x squared minus 15x squared. That's going to be 30x squared. And then negative 60x minus 20x is negative 80x. And then multiplying or distributing negative 2 to both of these terms, we get negative 18x squared. And then negative 2 times negative 16 is positive 32. So if we will transpose everything on the right side to the left side, then the negative 18x squared will be added to 30x squared. So that's going to be 48x squared. And then negative 80x will still be here in this position. And then 32 will be transposed to the other side. So it's going to be minus 32 equals 0. Okay, now observe that this is a quadratic equation in standard form, but the numerical coefficients are big numbers, so we can still try to simplify or divide both sides of the equation to reduce the numerical coefficients. Now, if we look at 48, 80, and 32, all of them are divisible by 16. So we can divide both sides by 16. So 48 over 16 is 3. So that's going to be 3x squared. Then negative 80 over 16 is negative 5 times x. And then negative 32 over 16 is minus 2 equals 0. And then we shall factor 3x squared minus 5x minus 2. Factors of 3x squared are 3x and x. And then the factors of negative 2 will be negative 2 and positive 1. So the factors are 3x plus 1 and x minus 2. So by the zero product property, we equate both of these factors to 0 and then we solve for x. So for the first equation, x is equal to negative 1/3. And for the second equation, x is going to be positive 2. So again, since the denominator of the original equation has variables, then we have to make sure that these denominators will not become 0. So we're going to try to substitute the x values that we got. So 3 times negative 1/3 is negative 1 plus 4 is 3. So it's not 0. That's good. And then also if we substitute negative 1/3 here, 3 times negative 1/3 is negative 1 minus 4. It's negative 5. So that's also good. So which means that x equals negative 1/3 is a solution to this equation. And then for x equals 2, 3 times 2 plus 4, that's not going to be 0. And 3 times 2 minus 4, that's also not going to be 0. So which means x equals 2 is a solution to this equation. So I hope that you learned how to solve rational equations leading to quadratic equations. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.